Auction box lots can often be full of surprises, and sometimes you get home and you start going through the treasures that you bought and you have no idea what something is. Such as this. But never fear, with a little research, we're going to figure out what this is, the history behind it, and what kind of treasure this box lot mystery item turned out to be. You never know what you might find in a box lot at an auction. This piece was one of those, what is it? Of course, finding out what it was took me down many rabbit holes. Let's spare you all the boring research paths and get down to the history. This plaster sconce-like piece was marked as Shulman Chemical Company, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and the word Fumozone was featured on the front. The history of the Shulman Chemical Company is largely lost, with only a few details emerging from the past. The company's founder, Max Shulman, was born in Russia around 1873, and he immigrated to the States in 1891. His wife, Anna, also immigrated in 1891, and they would raise a family consisting of 3 daughters and 4 sons. The 1920 census lists Max's occupation as disinfectant, working for the industry of own store. He sold such products as the Kaiko, kills while you look, useful for bed bugs, roaches, fleas, flies, mosquitoes, moths, and sink vermin. This was probably one of the many products peddled by Max and his employees, of which he often advertised that he was in need of. We want a man who can organize his own sales force to represent us in his own town and vicinity. Splendid opportunity for the right man. Our products are household necessaries. Right for appointment, so our representatives may call and talk it over with you. Besides Kaiko, the Shulman Chemical Company also sold Lustrol cream, a cream for cleaning and polishing furniture. They also sold Fumozone. Found it, my what is it item, Fumozone. Fumozone was marketed as an air sweetener. The label read as the perfect air sweetener, impart to your surroundings an after-rain freshness, leaves the air fresh. Fumozone was also advertised as a cleaning agent for telephones, where one would simply spray it directly into the telephone mouthpiece to keep it free from contamination. Need something to keep your hairbrush or comb clean? Fumozone could do that as well. Were all these claims legitimate? Well, not quite. In fact, the Shulman Chemical Company was sued and found guilty of misbranding what Fumozone could do, as it was discovered that it did not make air fresh and it did not keep telephones, hairbrushes, or combs sanitary. The fine paid $25. The 1930s would find Max still in the chemical business. The Shulman family lived at 6709 6th Street in Philadelphia, a home valued at that time at $25,000. It was built in 1925 and is now listed as an apartment home with 11 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. The life of Mr. Shulman and his company remain a mystery. He didn't appear in the newspapers much, and his company seems to have slowly faded away as he aged. Max passed away in November of 1950. He had retired by the time of his passing, living with one of his daughters and grandchildren. His wife Anna had passed away several years before him. I could not find any photograph of Mr. Shulman. His company was only named in newspaper advertisements. Sometimes historical research doesn't provide us with all the stories that we want to read. At least Mr. Shulman and his chemical company, though perhaps brief, can live on in this little video and in my Fumozone wall plaque, discovered at an auction. Even the little histories are important.